Okay, good morning, everybody. Hoping you can see me. Welcome to Up and Moving on Saturday morning. We're doing a couple bells and whistles here with our camera. So you'll see I'll have a split screen on the left or on your left, and we'll have some images and a map here for our destination. So great to have you with us today. Our student team has the weekend off, so I'm filling in. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Steve Elmer. I help oversee the Up and Moving program. Great to have you with us. Up and Moving. The goal is to help adults stay physically active during the COVID-19 pandemic and beyond. So looking forward to the workout, and we'll get you started today. Just a couple of quick announcements. Up and Moving actually had a nice article in the Marquette paper in the last couple of days talking about how we're working with the community. And so if you're interested in that, we can pass on the link at the end in the chat. So thanks again for your participation. We're really proud of that effort. We'll keep it up. Other thing, we do have our 100th workout coming up on April 17th. And to give you a preview, we're going to be doing a virtual 5K in collaboration with another program on campus. So stay tuned for a little bit more information at the end today for that. Okay, I'm going to have you up and moving. Things that we need today: bottle of water. If you have a sturdy chair, that would be good. And then a softer surface for one of the movements at the end. And to get started, I'm going to have you just help me with the warm up here. We'll get started walking in place, and I'll give you the overview of what we're going to be doing today. So to start with our warm up, we're going to be doing a virtual hike to the Montreal Falls. So I know some of you probably said, hey, Steve, I've been there in the summer. It's spectacular, even late spring. We did a little recon last week, so we're going to show you the winter version. There's some pictures here. We're going to align our workout to kind of go right along with what it would be like to hike back there in the winter. So kind of fun, kind of different. For any students or adults that haven't been back there, hopefully this will get you fired up a little bit to go check it out this summer. And for the students, it is on your Husky bucket list, so hopefully you can check that off before you graduate. So here's a picture of what it looks like. We can't really see it in the picture here, but it's along the Lake Superior coast, up at the top of the peninsula, up at the tippy top here. So we're going to be going there. And what we're going to do today is we're going to break this up into a couple segments, just kind of do some stepping side to side here, crisscrossing your arms. What we'd like to do is we'd like to hike back to this waterfall. You'll see there'll be a little bit of snow. And we're just going to follow the GPS here. It's about 6 to 7 miles back there. And I thought what we would do is break it up into 3 segments. We'll start from the car. You'll see we have to go over some really hilly terrain. We'll get back to the waterfall. We'll take a short break. Then we'll go from the waterfall to the best view, I think, in the UP. Then from there, we'll go from the king of the mountain, queen of the mountain, top of the mountain, back to the car. I have to warn you that we do go over some pretty large bluffs, and the terrain again is pretty hilly. So we're going to match the workout movement to sort of the slope of the terrain. So we might be going uphill, we might be going downhill. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of flat terrain. So we'll see how this works. We'll give it our best shot. Hopefully it's entertaining and challenging. And this was the profile here. If you take a look at it quickly, you'll see I didn't make this up. Just go back to a little stepping in place here. Do some arm circles, big arm circles here. But with our elevation profile today, right out of the gate, we start going uphill. Again, that's just kind of where we park and where we start. So bear with me, we'll be going uphill. The good news is the last part of the workout today will be down, 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 back to the car. So do some arm circles. Go ahead and switch it to the reverse direction. And I appreciate your patience here as I'm getting through my intro and letting a few more people in from the waiting room. So thanks for joining us. Getting ready for our virtual hike back to the Montreal Falls. Trying to mix it up here on the Saturday surprise. Each segment or each interval will be approximately 6 minutes. And our goal is to challenge you individually, but get our whole group back to the waterfall and back to the car. Okay, a couple more movements here just to let you know some of the things we'll be doing. Let's do some side-to-side steps. And then we can just get a little bit more aggressive. Do the side view. This will be one of the movement patterns, kind of a speed skater movement. We're just doing our warm-up here, so these don't have to be as challenging yet. Another one that we'll do is a little bit of a ski motion, since we'll be going over ski and ice. So we'll do a kind of a pulling motion here, a little bit of a crunch. As you crunch, push back with your arms. So as I mentioned, each segment or each interval will be about 5 to 6 minutes. We'll get our heart rate up on a scale of 1 to 10, probably 6, 7, 8. And as we get closer, we'll be working noticeably hard. We'll take a short rest, and we'll do that 2 more times. So big stress on the heart and lungs. And again, a little different from some of the circuit and strength training that we do on a typical Saturday. Okay, let's do a couple of ladder climbers here. Gonna reach up towards the sky. I'll get the camera here. Lift up a knee, like you're climbing a ladder. Again, we'll be going uphill, not much flat terrain, and downhill. For those of you that have been back to the waterfall before, you know it's even a little challenging to drive back there on that seasonal road. A little higher clearance vehicle, a 4-wheel drive is nice, so we'll be using our human-powered 4-wheel drive today. Muscles in our legs and our arms. Gonna have you reach up towards the sky, shake your arms, just reach down, take your right arm, touch your left toe, and then we'll just kind of alternate here. As I mentioned, as we were planning the workout for today, we went back and checked out the conditions last week. As you know, it was in a beautiful warm spring day. That's great from a temperature standpoint, but the trade-off is the snow is a little slow. So it's going to be a little bit more work to get back there today. Okay. Let's do a little bit more stepping in place here. Move the arms. Want you to do just a couple of mini mountain climbers here. Find that sturdy stool or chair. I'm going to use my couch. Mountain climber, I'm going to kind of extend back here, keep a nice straight back. Just do about 10 of these. Bring the knee up to the chest. Alternate back and forth. Just a few in the warm-up. Once you get 10 done, come back, meet us in the front here. Do a few nice, easy jumping jacks, the modified version, stepping side to side. And nice and easy here. More advanced version would be the regular jumping jack. I'm going to save those for the actual big hills in the workout today. Another one we'll do today is step side to side, but as you step, give a little pull motion. So I'm stepping, and then I'm pulling, stepping and using my arms. Let's do a few of these, make sure you kind of get the movement pattern. And then last little mini variation I'm going to show you. This is for one of our graduate students who leads the workout on Tuesday. Jamie Phillips is famous for his burpees. I don't especially enjoy those, but we're squeezing those in today because he recommended it. So a little bit later on for a burpee, a couple different variations. I just want to show you quick. The real basic one is you just reach up towards the sky. I'm going to touch my knees, touch my toes, knees, sky. Knees, toes, knees, sky. knees, toes, knees, sky. If you're looking for a little bit more advanced one, I'm going to get my softer surface here as I have a tile floor in my kitchen living room here. Kind of same thing, kind of reaching up. I'm going to come down to the ground, get in a plank position, come back, do a little hop up. Coming down on the ground, a plank, then spring back up. That's the moderate version. The hardest one, reaching up towards the sky, coming down, getting all the way down, jumping back up. Okay? So just try this. Find a variation that works for you. We can alternate it. We're only going to do a few of those. Okay, grab a quick drink if you need it. And then we'll get started with the first segment. I'm already out of breath here, so I know I'm getting warmed up. Take a minute, grab the water, shake it out. And then we'll get started here with embarking on our journey today. Okay. You guys are ready. Going to go ahead and get us started here. Okay, we are leaving the car, and right away it's we're going to walk in place here. Move our arms. Again, I didn't make this up. Right from the car, it's uphill. You know this. If you've been there, or if you have the opportunity to go there this summer, right out of the bed, it's up a long hill. I want you to pace yourself. We're going to do 3 of these segments, break it up. If you feel like you're holding back a little bit here in the beginning, that's okay. Okay, we're still going uphill. Let's get right into some jumping jacks. More advanced version, whatever works for you. As we're going uphill, we'll naturally pick a few harder exercises to kind of match the terrain. Still going uphill, it's a long one. Let's get into some mountain climbers here. About 30 seconds of mountain climbers. Gonna bring our knee up to our chest. Nice steady pace. Try to keep the back flat. Okay, 5 more. 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, meet you back at the center of the room here. We're still going uphill. Let's do a little jog in place here. It's a long one right out of the gate here. Good news as I switch the photo here, we're getting to a little bit of a plateau. Let's switch into some double pulling here. Fortunately, levels off. We're moving pretty good here. Okay. Keep up the double pulling. More good news, we have a big downhill. We can see the lake out here on the right, on your right. Got a big downhill coming, so what I want you to do for the downhill, I want you to get into a little bit of a crouch position and just hold it here. You'll feel it in your quads. Just hold it like here. If you're looking for a more advanced version, you can get a little deeper. And if you're really looking for a challenge, you can get really low. Almost rest your elbows on your knees. And we're just going to hold this here as we're going downhill. It's a little bumpy. We're dropping in our elevation. And we're getting closer to the lake. If at any time you need a break, stand up, take a seat, take a rest, that's okay. I'm definitely breathing hard already. Nice downhill here. Our legs are working. Give our heart and our lungs a chance to kind of catch up here a little bit. Take a few deep breaths if you can. Okay, the downhill's over. We'll come back up. Just a little steady jog in place here. Next, we're going to do some skaters. We've made it to the lake. No more hills, thank goodness. So, just going to do some skating and side to side here. Simplest version is just stepping. More advanced, you get a little bit more of a crouch, a little bit more of a spring from side to side. And if you really want to get it, give a good arm swing. Lower. Doing good, everybody. We're along the Lake Superior coast here. We switched off our skis to skates and snowshoes. There's even some ice still on the lake. Okay, next one. Hands up towards the sky. Going to do that toe touch. Right arm to left toe. And opposite. We got about a minute left, so you can do these a little faster. Doing great. We'll take a little breather after this one. Okay, last 30 seconds here. Some high knees. Move those arms. And then let's jog it out here. Jog it out to the end of our 6 minutes. Okay, last 5 seconds here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we'll take a rest. Take a rest, grab a drink if you need it. Fantastic news, we all made it back to the waterfall. As you're resting here, getting a drink. If you need to sit down, go ahead. If you need to walk around, I like to walk around a little bit, catch my breath. Whatever works best for you. It truly is spectacular back there. If you get there in the summer, spring definitely the water's flowing a little bit more, but anytime you can get back there, it's a lot of fun. When you do get back there, I would just remind you that this is the lower falls here. This dumps into Lake Superior. This is the Montreal River. There also is, now here's another view of it. It really drops down into the lake. If you made it this far, we're going to go just a little bit further. We'll just have you do some light walking in place here. It's going to be really easy here as part of our recovery. To bring our heart rate down a little bit. But we're moving up to the upper falls here. This one's a little bit more iced over. But just a reminder, if you do make it back there this spring or summer or fall, be sure to check out the lower and the upper. You'll find a trail that goes right along the river. We're going to get back on our next segment here in about a minute. So just to give you a preview. A couple of other photos here in case you're interested. We've already done enough hill climbing here, so we'll save that for the return trip. But nice little view here of the lake and a lot more snow once you get further inland. The river is dumping out here. And still a lot of ice and snow there. Okay. Well, we had a pretty good time here. We want to keep us moving. In the winter, it takes a long time to get back here. Fortunately, in the spring, summer, when the snow's gone, you can drive most of the way back and have a really nice, pretty hike along the lake, so it's much more manageable. But in the winter here, when we were doing our recon last weekend, we couldn't do it all in one day. So we're going to gear up here. And we are ready to start the next segment. So we got to cross the frozen Montreal River here. So let's get right into our speed skaters. This is our second of two segments. We're going from the falls to what I think, and I hope most of you will agree in a little bit, the best view in the entire, not only Keweenaw Peninsula, but the entire Upper Peninsula. With the skaters here coming down the Montreal River, if you need to make it a little bit more challenging, you can get lower. You can kind of pause on that leg just a little bit. Probably feel this in the butt, to the side of the leg, and in the breathing too. I'll have you, when you're ready, go ahead and switch to some light jogging or light stepping in place here. You know, if we're going the reverse direction, now we got to start to go uphill. This is a long uphill here. So some high knees here. Okay, let's get into some jumping jacks. Now we're getting to the big part of the hill here. You can do modified, or you can get right into regular jumping jacks, whatever works for you. I know it doesn't look like much of a hill on the photo, but trust me, in the car, if you're walking, if you're on snow, it is a big hill. Okay, we're going to switch up the movement pattern. The hill's getting so steep here, we got to go sideways. So what I want you to do is just do a little shuffle across the room here. And keeping the shoulders level. In other words, the hill's so steep, we can't go up it. We got to go up it sideways. To make this a little harder, just again, a little lower, go a little faster, but you pick, it gets you in that 6, 7, 8 range on a scale of 1 to 10. Okay, go ahead and do one more each side. We'll meet you back in the middle here. We'll do some climbers. We're still going uphill to get to that best view in the Keweenaw and the UP, I would argue. It's a long climb from the lake. If these aren't challenging enough, you can reach a little higher, bring that knee up higher. You always pick up the tempo on these. Great work. We're over halfway through this segment. Keep going on these climbers. Let's switch it up. The snow's getting a little deeper here. High knees again. Yep, really get those arms moving, a big march here, like a marching in place. About 2/3 of the way through this one. You can see the top, we're not there yet. We're gonna get into some mountain climbers here again. Actually, we're gonna mix it up, we'll do one more variation. Hands up towards the sky. Bring the knee up to the opposite elbow. Kind of some star standing abs here. I like these, nice and friendly on the joints. Okay, got 1 minute left in this interval. We're gonna do some mountain climbers here, and we're gonna finish with that modified burpee, whatever variation works for you. So let's bust into the mountain climbers. Find that stable surface. Actually going to show the variation on the ground here. And when you're ready, do your mountain climbers. On the home stretch here, we got one more movement. Then we are at the top here. When you're ready, meet you back at the standing position here. We'll get into our burpees. Just to review, modified version. Touching the sky here. Knees, toes, knees, sky. Knees, toes, knees, sky. Or you can come down to a plank and give a little jump up. Or all the way down. Let's do 5 more. 5, 4. You got it. 3. Woo. 2. One more. Okay. Take a breather. Of course, I'll show you the view here. We made it. Some of you have been there. This is Bear Bluff. It is a spectacular view. Give yourself a little pat on the back. We're not done yet, but I think the hardest is over. This is a fantastic place to check out again, summer, fall, spring. If you go with friends or family, there's a nice direct route to the top where you can see the view here. If you're looking for a little bit longer, there's a loop, about a 3-mile loop that you can do. Definitely harder, but they have that set up on their website and on the map, so highly recommend it. And if you don't have the opportunity, that's what we're doing the virtual here today to show you. So. Okay, give you guys a couple more minutes here. Again, grab a drink if you need to. I like to move around just really easily here, but if you need to take a quick break, go right ahead. Now, the good news is we have one more segment to go. The bad news is we have a monster hill again. It's either up or down. We're going to get the hill, in this case, done right away. Now we're going to have a long downhill back to the car. So the folks, I can see some of you on video on Zoom. Give me a thumbs up if we're okay, or even in the middle. It's fine. And you can give me a thumbs down if that's what you need, a little longer break. So this is not easy, and it's great to be with you guys this Saturday morning. So okay, we're gonna get started. Still about another minute. So see a couple of you walking around here. Again, good news is in the summer you can get back to this place a lot. easier than you can in the winter. Here's another base camp here. In case you're wondering, the hill in the background there, that's Mount Houghton. So Bear Bluff, Mount Houghton. This is up by Mount Bohemia as well. Really pretty area in this part of the peninsula. Okay. We're going to start in about 30 seconds. And we do have a tiny downhill here, so just to get it primed, to get back in the camera, we'll have just doing some light stepping in place here. We're walking down from Bear Bluff. And then as the next photo is indicating, we have a lung buster of a hill to kind of get out of this. Okay. Going to do a light jog here. Even move around the room, whatever footprint space you have here, just a light jog to get this one started. If you're feeling really good, you can do a little bit more of a medium jog. You're going to get right into this big hill here. Okay, let's start with some jumping jacks. If you need any time to switch up, that's perfectly fine. Okay, next up, we are on the hill here. We have some burpees. I'm going to pull my mat out. Do as many as we can here in 30 seconds. Again, sky, knees, toes, knees, sky. If you're doing more of the medium or advanced, give that little hop in your step as you come up. Let's do 3 more. We're over the burpees. 2 more. 1 more burpee. Keep it up there. Okay. A little bit of a jog in place here. We're going to get into our mountain climbers next. This is not me, this is the terrain. It is not very forgiving here, so find your mountain climbers. And let's get a set in here for 30 seconds. Take a deep breath. When you're ready, get into those mountain climbers. If you're feeling pretty tired on these, you can come a little closer to your surface, your couch, your chair. It's not quite the same range of motion, but still challenging. If you're feeling really good, you do the more advanced, the plank position here. Keep it up. Okay, finish those out. Meet you back in the center of the space. We're still on the hill. Next, we're going to take a side step and get a little squat. Side step, little baby squat. I'll give you the side view, taking a side step, a squat. So step a couple times to each side, squat. We're over halfway. Keep it going here. We're almost to the top of this climb. Okay, here's our plan. Starting to level off. Let's do some speed skaters here. Let's try to build up some speed. I guess pun intended, so that we can get over the top of the hill. And okay, next we're going to do those side steps with the pulling motion. If you're feeling good, you can pick up the pace here a little bit. If this feels too awkward, just run it off in place. I'm going to keep doing the arm and leg here. We are approaching the top of the hill. It's all downhill to the car. 1 minute to go. We're going to get in that lower crouch position, whatever you can do. And it's coasting all the way to the car. So go ahead and get in that position. You start up here. The lower you get, the harder it gets. Maybe just pick a spot on the wall here. Try to focus. I'll try to keep you distracted here with the video. I'm going downhill. It's like a roller coaster. Keep it up, everybody. And shoot. We have another little uphill. Let's get back into our steps here. A few last burpees here. Sky, knees, toes. Let's do 5 more of these burpees. Couple more, 2. 1, let's get back into our ski tucks here. We're on the home stretch. We can see the car. And we're done. Take a breath. We got a little off track there on our timer, but we made it all the way. We're okay. We went a little over on that one. That was closer to 7 minutes. Grab a much needed drink. Take a seat if you need to. An extra cowbell ring. All we have left is a little cool down, which I don't know about you, will just be some very light stretching, and that's about it. For those that have video on, if you can give me a thumbs up if you're still alive. I know I'm still breathing here pretty hard. That was challenging. My legs were feeling it there at the end. Great, thank you for the feedback. When you're ready and able, not trying to rush anybody, but feel free to walk around the room a little bit. Sometimes putting hands up on top of the head or on the hips. Still feeling like you need a minute or 2, that's perfectly fine. Just gonna swing my arms a little bit. Can be done from standing or seated. If you reach back and grab your elbow and kind of pull it behind you here, you feel this little stretch. We're doing this with the right arm. We were doing those mountain climbers and burpees, kind of supporting our body weight there. Go ahead and switch to the other side. Okay, next we're going to do a little quad stretch here. Feel free to touch the wall or the countertop. Just going to grab up and whatever you can get. If you can pull your heel back to your butt, that's great. If you can't get it all the way, you can grab kind of just the heel part of the shoe and hold it here. Give a little stretch on the front part of the leg and even up into the little bit of the hip area here. When you're ready, we can switch to the other side. I feel a little wobbly. I see a couple of people wobbling there in the video. We work the legs pretty hard here, so feel free to hang on to that wall or countertop chair. A different workout will focus on the balance, but not right now. Just a couple more stretches. This one here, hands up towards the sky. Just going to reach down and try to touch your toes. Kind of keeping the back somewhat flat. You feel a little stretch, big stretch in the back of the legs. Just get whatever you can with a little stretch here. Nothing too aggressive. We'll come back up, put our hands up here, going to stick the right leg out, take my toes off the ground, my heel is on the ground, I'm going to do a little scoop, and I'm going to bring it back up, do a few more of those. You should feel a little stretch in that same muscle group, that hamstring, a little scoop, come back up, one more, nice and slow. Let's go ahead and do the other leg, left leg out, heel on the ground, toes up, slow scooping motion, reaching down. Do 3 of these. One more. Next one, we did a lot of side to side step, so let's put our feet a little bit wider than shoulder width. We're just gonna kind of rock back and forth here. You might feel a little part on the inner part of the leg, kind of the groin area stretch. Just doing some nice, easy weight shifts from side to side. While we're finishing up here, last couple of announcements. As I mentioned, we did it today. Our 100th workout is coming up. Today is number 85. Really excited. On April 17th on Saturday at 10 a.m. We're going to be collaborating with the Michigan Tech Graduate Student Government to coordinate a virtual 5K. So today was good training, good preparation for that. We'll have more information on this on our website in the coming days and weeks. But we're really excited to be working with them, try to get the campus and broader community moving on April 17th. So stay tuned for that. Last movement here. Let's go ahead and just do some trunk rotations or side twists here. I'm putting the arms out, just doing a little rotation. Last announcement, again, we really appreciate your enthusiasm, and we're just as inspired by you as hopefully we inspire you to keep moving. It's great to see everybody on the video here and the number of views on social media and our YouTube channel. Our website is up to date. If you missed any of the workouts, we'd like to go back and see them. just go to the archive tab. Jamie has those filtered by day, by workout type. We also now have our TV workouts on there as well. We're on TV twice a month, the first and third Sunday of every month at noon Eastern on ABC to help us spread the word. And then I just wanted to thank everybody who has helped make a small donation. Our platform here is something that we maintain for the community, and we'll definitely keep this going. So any small contributions help us with our website fees and TV fees. So we really appreciate it. And with that, I will close down here, end the recording, and answer any questions or get any feedback. So thanks for being with us, and have a great rest of your weekend, everybody.